Hi, thanks for joining me again. I'm honored by your presence. And thank you for your prayers as well, for yourself, for your family, for the world, for me. It's really appreciated. So today, as we're starting to come out of this chaos, and people are protesting here in Edmonton. I don't know about where you are, which I'm glad to see. People are exercising their rights, their civil rights, and practicing critical thinking skills, and they're not being duped by the culture of fear that is propagated by the World Health Organization and by systems, and particularly the media. So we are coming out of this, and at the end, the world will look like a different place. And what will we look like? And so today, I just want to um, help prepare us for a new normal, which is kind of an oxymoron, I suppose. So I'm going to read two devotionals from one of my favorite devotional books. This is by Dr. Caroline Leaf. Switch on your brain every day. She is a neuroscientist and a phenomenal teacher. So this one really struck me. This was for day 124, which was yesterday, I believe. She always starts with a scripture, then she has a brainy tip, and then she gives a little kind of an explanation or a reflection. The quote is from Psalm 25, verses 16 to 17. Turn to me and be gracious to me, for I am lonely and afflicted. Relieve the troubles of my heart and bring me out of my distress. Brainy tip. Loneliness can negatively affect both our mental and physical health. And her reflection. Isolation can negatively affect our well-being. Loneliness actually increases the risk for premature mortality among all ages, making it a growing public health hazard. No wonder social isolation has been used as a type of punishment or torture. We should take the danger posed by isolation seriously. We should all work together to build loving and resilient communities where we live. That's profound. And this book was published in 2018, and I'm pretty sure Dr. Leaf had no idea that this devotional would fall during a time of crisis and chaos in our world. And someone had said at the start of this pandemic, called pandemic, that the health of people would be more adversely affected because of the way it was being handled as opposed to the virus itself. And so here is one way. I hadn't thought of it before, that isolation has been used as punishment or torture. And so here we are, many people isolated individually or in your families. And so how are we going to come out of that? So I just would like us to think about that today. How has this affected us? And if it has affected us adversely, how are we going to come out of it? And so I'm going to read now the reflection for today, which is day 125, I believe. The one who lives alone is self-indulgent, showing contempt for all who have sound judgment. And that's from Proverbs 18:1. Fantasies should never become more important than reality. That's her brainy tip. The more removed we become from human connection, the more potential there is for us to turn to the fantasy world as a replacement for reality, rather than using our imagination as a tool to create successful and satisfying lives. We all, to a certain extent, fantasize about how things could or should be, and this imagining often encourages us to pursue our dreams. Yet our imagination should not be divorced from real life, otherwise our fantasies can become more important to us than reality. When our fantasies get that important, they often lead to long-term social isolation, which can dramatically affect our health and reduce our lifespan. So here we have one result of isolation: turning to fantasies becoming your reality, and then your new normal pushing you back into isolation. So this is one thing to guard against as we're coming out of the other end of this. And I really like that Proverbs 18:1 verse. The one who lives alone is self-indulgent, showing contempt for all who have sound judgment. And maybe you've never thought about it, but guard against that. When we come out of this, when we start to interact with other people, I know some of the posts I've seen on social media, people said they're going to appreciate the person at the store a lot more and be more friendly. Well, hopefully that will be the case for you and me, that we won't let this isolation adversely affect us, that we won't let it keep us in isolation. Some people might have become to enjoy the isolation, the quiet, the peace, and they might resent having to go back out in the world, back into the busyness. So let's just guard against whatever will happen. Pay attention to our feelings, pay attention to our emotions during this time, and stay close to Creator. Pray and ask Creator to help you to reveal your own self, things that you're going through, changes in your life that you may not have anticipated or expected. And so I ask you, Creator, to be with us during this time. The way the world is continues to change and evolve, we just invite your spirit of inspiration and revelation on the world now, Creator, and ask you to continue to reveal the truth. Reveal the truth to the world, the truth of all truth, and especially the truth about who we are and what you have created us to be and designed us to be and how we should live. And so we thank you in advance for good reports, Creator, and thank you in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus the Christ. So thank you again. Have a blessed day.